We're live from the Panthers IceDen here in Coral Springs, Florida. It's another rendition of College Hockey South playoffs right here from Coral Springs. I'm Connor Stein, joined by Wes. Man, Wes, what a time it is to be a College Hockey South fan in general. And man, what a great matchup we have here today.
Dude, the College Hockey South is absolutely rocking. We've had great games all weekend, from ACDC to women's to men's 3 and men's 2, all 4 levels of hockey in College Hockey South. It's been awesome. And the game we have today between the South Carolina Gamecocks and the Tampa Spartans is going to be absolutely electric. Two teams looking to extend their playoffs and win this whole thing. They're both on the outside looking in.
Yeah, and you mentioned playoffs, how important it is. The winner of this game will go on to play the Blue Raiders of MTSU, who handily defeated the UCF Knights on the other rink just about a little bit ago. And, excuse me, folks, but in turn, both these two teams are definitely going to be tested today. Tampa comes into this game with a 16-6 record on the year, 32 points, all College Hockey South opponents. And South Carolina played a little bit of a mixed bag in terms of opponents, but they went 6-4 and had the bye in the playoffs. As we get set for the starting lineups in the national anthem, Wes, any final thoughts before we get this thing started? What are you really looking for in terms of offense from both these teams?
For offense, I mean, it all goes down to number 3 on South Carolina, Lucas Tafe. He's the leader in goals on the team. And for the Tampa M3, they're loaded with guys who can score. They've got Ethan Gelman. They've got Tyler Hoffberg, Brandon Sickles. They've got even Trace Coward, who's a steady forward for the team. Anyone on that team can score. It's all about South Carolina. Can you slow down Tampa? And for Tampa, it's all about just playing their game.
And it's sure to be a fun one. I know you mentioned Trace Cowart as well, another name that sticks out to me as a defenseman, but he plays both sides of the ice, got 9 goals on the year in 20 games. And then another one that sticks out to me as well is the Tampa native Brendan Sickles as well. I know you mentioned him as well, but it'll be fun to see how this one goes. South Carolina in their all black Carolina script jerseys, and then Tampa in all white. They got the Tampa, what would you call that? It's the, like, the university symbol on their
Spartan?
sleeve as well. No, it's the like the
I don't know what that is. I don't know what it is.
I can't think of the word it is, but it's one of the iconic things in the Tampa area. When you go over in the bridge area, you see that, and you know that you're by the University of Tampa. And this is a program that has historically been at the top of the charts in terms of both D2, D3, AAU, ACHA, all over the place. They've been great.
Yeah, definitely. Tampa, especially in M2, they, alongside FAU, have made it to the national tournament. And right behind them, a lot of these guys from this M3 team are going to eventually join Tampa M2. So this is just the next generation of Tampa stars for the future.
Yeah, and they do such a good job also recruiting. We'll get a lot of New York, New Jersey, Northeast talent, and also a lot of the Tampa players in the local area also come as well. And on the side of South Carolina, it's kind of a mixed bag. They have some South Carolina natives, but it's also more of that New Hampshire, New York, New Jersey that we see as well. So a lot of Northeasterner experience from all of these players. As we get set here for the national anthem, we'll take a quick pause as we honor the Stars and Stripes. We're back here at the Florida Panthers IceDen here in Coral Springs, Florida. Connor Stein alongside Wes Moore as well, getting ready for another playoff matchup. It's Carolina and Tampa here, getting ready to face off. And the winner, we mentioned in the pregame, MTSU awaits. Both of these teams have their primary colors. It's red and black and white. It's interesting, but I really like the look from South Carolina with the all black and the homage to the Carolina area. I really wonder how the people from North Carolina feel, though, about just the Carolina script, because it is kind of both teams use it. So, but besides that, we'll get set here to go. Live from Coral Springs as the ref drops the puck, and it's won back by Tampa. Up ahead, Thompson dumps it behind the cage. Valencia able to get up to Coart. This goes to the near corner and eventually shoved out of the zone by Carolina. Here comes Carolina with an offensive opportunity, but they could not find the stick on the puck, and Tampa able to find the puck again. But now, back on the offensive end is Carolina, who gets pickpocketed. Coming in offensively is Tampa, who gets a shot, they score! Kieran Thompson finds the back of the net. And just over 40 seconds in, Tampa's got a 1-0 lead here in the first.
That was a straight beautiful feed from Brendan Sickles to Kieran Thompson for the first opening goal. The Carolina defense just kind of collapsed. They weren't able to find and mark every single player on that Tampa rush. And Tampa, showing how dangerous they are in offense, opens the score early.
And you talk about how you want to start this game. That's exactly how Tampa wanted to do so there. As the puck goes behind the net, it's Traynor who comes out. Puck lost in the corner and eventually picked back up by the Gamecocks. Tampa doing a good job defending the blue line on the forecheck as the puck gets flicked out to neutral ice. Carolina picks it up. A shot on the far side is saved, and once again up ahead. Puck now at neutral ice, picked up by a Tampa Spartan. And the puck is eventually pushed into the zone as both teams go to make a change. Snee crosses the blue line. He waits for help. Puck in the far corner. Now it's Uwert who loses the puck. And now up ahead it goes for Hofberg. Hofberg gets a shot put on and a good save by the Carolina goaltender. Puck forced back to neutral ice. The late offside as both teams will have to catch up to it. And Tampa will go to UD. Puck sent down the length of the ice. Icing is waved off. As Feely will take it and outbreak it ahead. Feely puts a shot on. It misses the net. And it's once again broken out for Tampa. Oh, all alone is the Spartans there. That time it was Hofberg who had an opportunity right on in, but he missed the net wide. And he's going back to the bench, not looking too happy. Carolina able to get out of their own ends. They elect to play the puck, but it gets intercepted by Tampa. McMillan takes a shot, blocked off a South Carolina player, and sent back to neutral ice. Coart now will just dump it past the red line. And the Spartans will give chase. Carolina eventually ends up with that puck. But West so far, Tampa showing the upper hand, but a little bit of fight back from the Gamecocks.
Yeah, Tampa has just started out so high and honestly caught South Carolina reeling a little bit. They were struggling to kind of set up and get on their feet and heels a little bit, and they eventually, they're starting to settle in a little bit more now. They're starting to spend a little bit more time in that Tampa zone, but you can tell Tampa started out so quick and so hot, they just weren't ready for it.
And a South Carolina player laboring. He had a skate that fell off. What a bizarre thing that you don't usually see too often, as he gets helped out by one of the ice staff here, right by our side. And Tampa finds the puck behind their own net. It's Thompson on the near side. Cowart tries to play the puck. Good job by South Carolina on the forecheck, able to get that puck free. They try to center the pass. Oh, a nice little nifty move between the legs by Carolina. That time it was Karen Snee. And here comes Tampa the other way. A body flies, and the puck ends up back in the possession of the Gamecocks. Up ahead, it's Holmes. Holmes loses the puck, but finds it back momentarily. Puck is having a tough time finding the ice. Eventually does, and the Gamecocks elect to just dump it down. 5 minutes shaved off here in the first period of play. It's 1-0 after an early goal for Tampa. And a stoppage here by the officials. They're not letting Carolina change. That's the first whistle since the goal that we've had here. So a lot of back and forth action, not a ton of stoppages going on, but a much needed reset for both of these teams.
It's just hockey that you like to see. Good, clean hockey, no penalties, no real infractions of any sort. Just guys getting out there and skating for their lives.
Wilbur tried to put a shot on net for Tampa, but it misses the net, goes in the near corner, and ends up back on a Carolina stick. Traynor drops it back. A slap shot attempt whistles wide. Another attempt, that time by Van Brunt, also goes to the far corner wide. And Tampa able to recollect their loose change, having some trouble getting out of their own zone, but eventually ends up at neutral ice. Wetzman put a shot on in Carolina. Just having a tough time really breaking out passes. Not seeing a ton of flow in terms of offense for the Gamecocks.
And I mean, part of that is just how quickly Tampa came out, how fast they're skating, and how hard they're shooting. I mean, it's hard to keep up, and they're finally getting to match that pace, but still, I mean, it's hard to keep up.
South Carolina plays it through neutral ice. They put a shot on it, unable to hit the blocker. And Tampa will come out of the zone. Luke Inch getting the start tonight for Tampa, as offense the other way is Hoffman, who put a shot on. It went off a stick and went above the net. Hoffman tried to get another feed to the blue line defenseman, but it ends up falling back. And a wonky goal. As I was looking into my notes, there was Luke Inchman, or Inch, I should say, who was uncaring of his net, left it wide open, and Carolina just snuffed it home. Man, what a wonky situation there, Wes.
Yeah, that's not great. I couldn't quite see who even put that goal towards the net. I mean, that's Luke Inch. He's experienced 3-2-0 in conference play, 4.49 goals against average. He's been their guy since day one. Checking now on the score sheet, that's going to be Aaron Borsick, who's going to score the goal unassisted for the Gamecocks.
Man, and that's just not what you want if you're Tampa. You have that really strong start. For Borsick, that's his third goal in 15 games, his first of the playoffs, as we get a blown whistle. And it looks like we are going to get a delayed penalty here. It's going to be number 28. Figure out exactly who that is for you guys in just a moment. It looks like it is going to go on Tampa. It's going to be a rough, I believe.
Yeah, 28, Reagan Lyon. Reagan Lyon's one of those guys. I actually had the opportunity to talk to him, interview him a little bit over on Battle at the Beach tournament when Tampa won that. And Reagan Lyon, he's a character. He gives it all on the ice, and occasionally that ferocity he brings to the game can cost him sometimes, and it just cost him there. He's in the box.
So Tampa, with a not so good job in their own ends, leads to a goal, and now an odd man chance now for Carolina as they try to take the lead here in the first period. Coming into the zone is Snee. Circles back to the blue line with Trenor. Trenor takes a shot from the point, goes off the pad. Trenor able to get another shot put on. The rebound is left in front. Couple of black jerseys trying to find it. Court for Tampa, able to backhand it off the near glass and able to escape the zone. Talked about in the pregame how important it is for him offensively as he gets tripped up as he was trying to go on a shorthanded opportunity. So right when Carolina thinks they have a man advantage, it goes right back to even sides, 4-on-4 hockey now.
Yeah, I mean, Trace Coward just had him beat. That was number 22, Anthony Minose. I mean, there was nothing he could really do except just foul him there. I mean, Trace Coward was going to beat him. He was going to have a chance at the net, and he was just rather just hit him down and send himself to the box and go on a 4-on-4 than have an easy scoring chance from Coward.
Yeah, we talked about Coward, how important he is for this team. The Bradenton, Florida defenseman, 9 goals on the year, 20 games, 7 assists as that defenseman role. Obviously assisting a lot of goals.
This Bradenton boy is different. That's my hometown.
So now it'll be a face-off on the near circle in the Carolina zone. And it's won back by Carolina, who tries to get a stretch pass up ahead to Miller. Miller will give chase behind the net, but it is eventually sprung free by a couple of white jerseys. Puck going into that near corner, and Tampa comes out with it. Oh, it's Kneeling who finds it in the slot, and a good defensive play on the 4-on-4 by South Carolina. Dixon tries to clear the puck, but it ends up back on a Tampa stick. Shot goes wide, and a puck goes way into the area. And bodies fall, and it ends up back on a Tampa stick.
Yeah, and if anyone's wondering just how close this game is going to be, Tampa is ranked number 5 in the College Hockey South M3. South Carolina is number 4. So both teams fighting for their lives in playoff hockey.
Puck kind of stuck back to 5-on-4 as Tampa gets a skater back. It's now a power play for Tampa as the puck just cannot get freed out of that area behind the net.
They waste a lot of time.
I was about to say, I'm kind of surprised there was no blown whistle there because usually the officials kind of let it go, but we'll see how that goes as here comes Tampa the other way. A shot put on, they score! Constantine puts it in the back of the net. Tampa takes a 2-1 lead.
That was just so good by Constantine. I mean, he just took it right into the Carolina zone. Quick one shot, beats the goaltender. Referees are talking about something, but I don't think it's going to be anything other than who scored that goal in restarting play.
And a great job by the Tampa Spartans on that power play. Able to get their 1-goal lead back. Quickly, I should rather say. So a lot of offense here early, Wes. Did you expect that coming into this game?
I did expect that. I mean, Tampa's so good on offense, and Carolina, they're ranked number 4 for a reason.
So it looks like Ethan Gelman will get the credit on the goal, unlike we initially thought.
Thought it was Considine, but
regardless,
24, not far off.
Regardless, still a lead for Tampa. Gelman, that's his 9th of the year. 5'8" forward. Puck gets centered. Ends up in the way of South Carolina. Good forechecking here. Able to keep it in their own ends. A shot by Brent Brunt that goes wide. Now goes to the far circle in the zone. And hit as Tampa's looking for a penalty. They will not get it. And the puck goes behind the net. A stretch pass is attempted. It gets calmed down by South Carolina, but eventually won back by Tampa. There comes DeFalco. He gets stripped to the puck. And South Carolina's able to come out. Here comes Hayes. And a great blue line defense there by the Spartans to disrupt that. Now it's Kneeling. Kneeling puts a shot on, and it misses the net. Another shot put on by Carolina. Puck now behind the net. Now it's back at the point. That shot off a couple of bodies in front. Tampa able to finally clear their blue line as they go to make a couple changes. And South Carolina will do so as well. Now it's Neely who puts a shot on. Once again, whistles wide. Puck kept in by Tampa. Valencia. The puck. One back to center ice. And Tampa will backhand it down. Now South Carolina wants his own. Both teams kind of exchanging punches here offensively, but South Carolina's looked like the better team for the last 2 or so minutes, I'd say. I think they've done a good job with that offensive pressure that they kind of lost in the first couple minutes.
Yeah, I mean, South Carolina, they're definitely picking up the intensity that they felt in the first couple minutes. I mean, they're starting to get a foot on their forecheck. They're starting to hit hard. They're starting to match Tampa with their intensity. And I mean, on the other side, Tampa mentioned how many different ways they can score. They got 2 goals with 3 different guys with points. So Tampa definitely showing their depth early.
Yeah, but as you're saying, Tampa, we get a whistle and an arm in the air for the official. Looks like we're going to get a tripping call here on South Carolina. It's going to be number 22.
23,
excuse
Michael
me,
Whalen. Michael Whalen, the forward. Been solid for South Carolina. Mike Whalen's got 2 goals and 5 assists, 7 points in 14 games played. It's his second senior and his second season and his senior year.
The draw comes to Tampa's offensive zone. They win it back. Now it's behind the net. Harrington plays it behind the net. Now it goes into that near corner. Puck put on net. A little misdirection by Sickles. Almost ended up in the back of the net. But Carolina able to exit the zone. Treating on the puck is Rodriguez. Rodriguez able to find some help with Gelman. Gelman back at the point. It's Rodriguez. Back to Gelman. Slap shot attempt by Rodriguez and a good save. Puck able to get a good shot on net. That time it was Constantine, I should say, excuse me. Another attempt put on by Tampa and a good, strong power play showing here. 50 seconds remain. Rodriguez tries to put a shot on. It's off a South Carolina body, and it goes down the length of the ice.
Yeah, and Aiden Rodriguez, I mean, he's the point guy. He's the captain. He's the senior out of Braintree, Massachusetts, 6'1", 180 pounds defenseman. I mean, he's the guy that's going to lead the charge. He's got 2 assists in 2 points in 4 teams game played, but he definitely is the heart of the offense.
Hoffberg do a little give and go for Kneeling. Kneeling takes a shot and a good glove save to settle things down on this Tampa power play. Only 11 seconds remain on it. 5:03 remains here in the first period.
Yeah, and I mean, South Carolina's goalie, I mean, he's had a good year. It's Drew Dirdoff. 8-4-0 and then 1 overtime loss. I mean, opponents are only scoring 2.98, almost 3 goals a game. And I mean, his save percentage is .917. So he's definitely a solid goalie that you can take deep into this tournament should they win.
Hoffman had a nice shot put on. He finds the puck back on his stick. He tries to find it as we're back to 5-on-5 hockey here. And another whistle just after it expired. The power play. Tampa will be able to make a change, but they're not letting South Carolina do so. So the face-off will go on the near side circle here in the defensive zone for South Carolina. Puck won back by the Gamecocks. A good job by Tampa to defend the blue line, but it's eventually taken out of the zone. Taking a tumble and finding the puck back on their stick is Tampa. Past the red line it goes. Take a little hit here at center ice. Lyon loses the puck. It ends up on a South Carolina stick. A good save, and it ends up trickling above the net, I believe. But they're going to call it a high stick, I believe, Wes.
Yeah, definitely. That was 100% a high stick. I mean, a South Carolina player, I believe that was number 16 on South Carolina. He was there. Robert Dixon was there to try to make a play on the puck, but he brought his stick so high in the air and tried to knock the puck down. You can't do that. They're never going to let you do that. And that's just a bad chance for South Carolina. So the puck took a bad hop and went high.
And it was I believe I'm saying that right. I apologize if I'm not. He made a great save, great awareness on that play. As Hoffman pulls on the brakes, able to keep it at the far circle, puts a shot on. And South Carolina able to alleviate the offensive presence of Tampa. And another blown whistle here.
Yeah, Luke Ench is definitely one of the better goalies in College Hockey South M3. He's been at the helm of this program for a little while now.
Yeah, he's actually not typically the primary starter. They got 4 goaltenders listed for Tampa. He has a 3-2 record, allows about give or take 4 goals a game average. But I mean, he's done good today so far, but it's still very early in this play. But you also see Zane as well for Tampa, who gets a lot of minutes too.
He's also a freshman, so the fact they're looking to a freshman in this big of a game says something about him and how the coach, Jack, feels about him.
And some extracurriculars after the play ends up blowing this thing dead. Tampa gets some fresh defensemen on the ice. Just 3 minutes and 30 seconds remain here in the first. South Carolina wins the draw. Puck goes by their bench. And is sprung free. Holmes picks up the puck. That shot had no home. And Tampa will pick it up. Hoffman able to get it ahead to Harrington. But South Carolina has done a great job of eliminating the offensive presence so far. Aside of that power play, I'd say, from Tampa, they've done a good job defending the blue line just like that. Here comes Carolina, they had a 3-on-3 situation. They pulled on the brakes and waited for help. Now it's Snee who got that shot blocked off a body. And Kneeling will come out of the zone. Puck goes the length of the ice. And Tampa picks it up behind the net. It was Thompson, I should say, excuse me. And that's one of those things during this game, Wes, where I think when you get shots on net, they always coach you when you're little. You get shots on net, good things will happen to you, and it seems like Tampa's taking that approach here today.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, South Carolina, they're the number 4 seed. They had a bye in the first round of the playoffs, so Tampa's already warm from yesterday. They're used to game speed. In South Carolina, they depend on their defense. That's kind of their MO and kind of how they go. And Tampa took advantage of maybe a little rust, but they're starting to settle in, and that defense is starting to turn into a bit of offense for Carolina.
Coart dumps the puck low for Thompson. Thompson does a good job freeing that puck to the high slot. Coart waits, and a good job defensively by South Carolina. But Tampa able to keep it in. Thompson takes a shot, goes off a stick, and ends up behind the net. And now Tampa will take it back by neutral ice. Coart comes in, tries to make a toe-dragging move, ends up taking out a South Carolina defenseman. Puck ends back up in the slot and back to center ice. Now a shot put on by South Carolina, that time by Headley. And play is blown dead. I don't want to be mistaken, but it looked like it went into the bench.
Yeah, I think that puck just deflected right out of play. I mean, this game's really, Tampa's leading 2-1. It's still a game, but this game's really been back and forth. You have South Carolina who has their chances and some plays on the net, and then right back you got Tampa with another great chance, and then right back again you got South Carolina with another chance. So it's just spurts of teams having to be desperate on defense, and then the next team has to be desperate on defense. It's just back and forth hockey. We love to see it.
I mean, it shows how equally strength these teams are. They both have similar rosters, are similarly built on offense and defense, and it's definitely a fun one to watch here for sure if you're tuning in. Now Tampa with an offensive try. Puck kept in at the blue line. But a lot of these shots that Tampa's putting on, as that one gets finally put on net, I was going to say, they're having a tough time finding the net. Considine takes a shot, goes off the blocker, ends up in the near corner. Under 30 seconds remain here in the first. A turnaround try. That one misses the net again. Out goes in the far corner. Miller tries to pick it up for Carolina, and he does so successfully. Tries to get a pass up ahead, but it's intercepted by Tampa, and under 10 seconds remain. Puck settled back down to neutral ice, and that'll do it for the first period action between the Tampa Spartans and the South Carolina Gamecocks. Wes, what did you think of that first period?
I mean, Tampa obviously came out hot. They came out shooting. They came out scoring. They're up 2-1. Now, Carolina, the one thing that I really like about what they've been doing is their waves of defense. What they're doing is they have their first wave, which is 3 guys, their second wave 2 guys, and they got 1 guy, or just something like that in like a 1-2-2 zone. But they're recycling. If one guy gets beat, the next guy stepping up, and then the next guy recycles and fills a spot, and everybody's kind of moving in sync for South Carolina. I really like watching that on defense for that side. For the Tampa side, they're dangerous on offense. Offense is how they go. Their defense isn't the greatest. They like to hit hard, but sometimes they can end up confused. And I'd like to see South Carolina take advantage of that a little bit more in the offensive zone. But we still got 2 whole more periods of M3 College Hockey South hockey to go. So,
yeah, and this one's shaping out to be something special for sure. 2-1 after 1 period of play. We'll be back for the second period of play right after this break. We're back here at Panthers IceDen College Hockey South playoffs here on the College Hockey South playoffs YouTube. I'm Connor Stein. Joined to my right is Wes Moore. Tampa up 2-1 after one period of action off of a goal from Ethan Gelman and Kieran Thomas. Both those players are the reason why Tampa has this 2-1 lead. And we were talking about during the intermission, Wes, about how important it is to have the offensive edge from both these teams. Who do you think so far has had the offensive edge?
I mean, Tampa's definitely had the offensive edge to start. They've had way more shots on goal than the University of South Carolina. Drew Dirdoff has faced 11 shots on goal, while the goaltender for the other side, Luke Ench, has only faced 6. And that's just the first period of play. So there's way more hockey left to go. And one thing I'd like to add is Tampa has 2 goals with 3 players in points, and South Carolina has 1 goal with 1 player with points. So we're kind of seeing who uses more players here and who just has a single man effort.
Considine tried to play that puck for Tampa, but it ends up out of the zone. Giving chase now are the Spartans, who eventually clear the zone out of their own defensive ends. Cowart will play it behind. And that pass ends up right on a South Carolina stick, right at the red line as the shot gets put on. South Carolina ain't able to enter the zone with Van Brunt, but it's taken back by the defenseman for Tampa. Cowart able to get it ahead. Playing the puck is Traynor, who Tampa turns it over. Back to South Carolina it goes. And now a 2-on-1 opportunity for the Gamecocks is a great defensive play by Tampa. Ends up despurring that. Puck goes back to the blue line. Shot goes off a skate and ends up out of the zone.
Yeah, making that defensive play was number 26, Tommy Atanasio. It's his second season at the University of Tampa, and he played for USF M3 before transferring to UT and playing for the Spartans.
Yeah, that's a rivalry right there. That's U Tampa and USF. I wonder how that whole decision came to be as the puck gets figured out. Both those programs are very good in their own right. And a delayed offside here on South Carolina causes the Gamecocks to have to reset at the blue line.
Yeah, the University of South Florida won their game today in very, very convincing fashion, 12-5.
Borsuk had a puck on net
Against Kennesaw State.
South Carolina able to play the puck. Borsuk plays it in the far corner. Puck at the blue line gets put on net. Slipped away. And the University of Tampa finally able to clear their zone. And they go to make a couple of changes, but South Carolina trying to reap the benefits of their changes. There's a distance try. Misses the net. And now Tampa with a chance on a 1-on-0, but oh man, this pass was too strong for Thompson. What an opportunity that would have been.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, those breakaway passes are so dangerous because you got a guy basically cherry picking going one way, and there's no one to stop him but the goalie, and those chances are so dangerous for our team. They can be the difference of a game, and that's just a poor mistake by Tampa.
Hoffman couldn't clear the Tampa blue line, so the Gamecocks will play it. Fry goes in the far corner. He's able to get it behind the net. The puck goes dangerously in the crease. Now it's Fry who whiffs on the shot. The second attempt by the point is off a body. But some signs of offense here for South Carolina as they play the puck in the corner. Another shot put on. Rebounds taken away by the Spartans. Puck goes by in the net. Fry will play it. Goes into the skates of the Tampa Spartan and is cleared out. Comes Harrington. He's able to find a friendly stick. And Gelman, who has a goal tonight. And with 4 minutes and 30 seconds taken off here in the first, we still have yet to have a whistle.
It's just good, clean hockey. It's what we like to see.
And that's how we started in this game as well. We went a strong amount of time after that first goal by Tampa to start things off. And seems that the officials are kind of putting the whistles away and letting the boys play.
And that's just something you like to see. You let talent go and just take over. I mean, obviously you call...
Joyce gets a shot on. It's blockered aside.
And obviously you're going to call obvious fouls like that one right there. But just letting the boys play is just so detrimental to a team sometimes because you can see who's going to take over and who's going to take that edge because they have talent, they have skill, and they're putting it all together. And just playing with no stoppages, that can start up an offense easily.
Yeah, and you mentioned the stoppages. Now, we have our first one. It's Regan Lyon who goes to the box.
Yeah, that's going to be Reagan's second penalty on the night. That is not great to see a guy like him go to the box again because sometimes you just got to stay disciplined. I think that was just a costly mistake.
I'm sure Jack Walsh, the head coach of this M3 Tampa Spartans team, had that as a point of emphasis. Says another penalty coming up delayed here as a little shove after the play. Tampa still waiting to pick it up. Goaltender goes to the bench for South Carolina, and it looks like all of a sudden a 5-on-3 opportunity here for South Carolina.
All of a sudden, the tide is starting to change. I mean, momentum goes both ways. You can gain momentum by offense, by scoring and tying this game up. But if Tampa makes a huge stop here against South Carolina, that's going to be massive, as that's Alan Weitzman going to the box for Tampa. It's not good to see two guys, two leaders, two mainstays on this team go to the box.
Yeah, we were just harping on how there's no stoppage, and now we get back to back.
No, we
just
get
about 30 seconds.
Yeah,
But this is a chance for Carolina to come back, tie this game back up, and then obviously the penalty stays. It'll go back to 5-on-4 if they weren't to score in the 5-on-3. But something interesting I've noticed is the officials are currently at the scorers table over there because no time came off the clock on the initial penalty. So they had to adjust that. They decided that 1:45 will suffice. Actually, they just lowered it to 1:36. So that will suffice. So it'll be 1:36 of 5-on-3 hockey, barring any other penalties that happen. South Carolina will set things up at the blue line. Now at the high circle. Now at the high slot. A one-timer opportunity and a great save. Now it's Traynor. Traynor gets another shot put on. Oh, man, look at this passing by South Carolina. Traynor. One-timer opportunity. Goes up the side of the net, and the net dislodges, so we'll have a stoppage of play.
And I really like what Tampa's doing defensively here. They have number 22. That's Trace Coward. They have 24. Gelman, and they have 26. Tanasio. All together in kind of a triangle form. Two guys up top to watch the wings and one guy down low to try to stop the redirect. But what South Carolina is doing is they're just cycling the puck around, trying to get an unlucky bounce or just a hard slap shot. South Carolina, great chances here.
Taft tried to get a pass across, but it's disrupted by a Tampa stick. And a great clear by the Spartans here on the 5-on-3. Just a minute remaining in it. Gamecocks come out with some speed. Traynor pulls on the brakes and circles back. He finds Snee. Back and forth they go. Cross ice pass back to Snee. Now at the far circle, it's Taft. Taft puts a shot on, goes off a stick, the rebound, and the net dislodges again.
Yeah, and that's just the effort of Luke, and she's trying to get to every single spot to block that puck from going in, and he's just showing out for everyone, his teammates, trying to be the best that he possibly can, because believe it or not, it's pretty hard to stop shots when there's only 3 defenders.
And you see it, you can see the effort. You mentioned the effort, how hard it is to be a goaltender on these 5-on-3s as we get another stoppage of play. Looks like it might be a bench issue. Maybe that hit a player on the South Carolina bench. Can't quite see from my vantage point, but they will resume in the offensive zone of the Gamecocks.
Tampa was not allowed to make the change there, but South Carolina was. It's interesting. See the officials.
Taff at the point. Loads, fires, misses the net. Picked back up by Tampa, but kept in at the blue line. Now stepping up into the slot. Bodies fall over as Forrest couldn't finish. Taff tried to put a shot on. Once again, missed the net. A great defensive job at that blue line. A one-timer. Once again, blocked. And the 5-on-5 comes back into play as the penalty expires. 5-on-4, I should say, excuse me. Just 10 seconds remaining on the power play for South Carolina, but what a penalty kill this would be for Tampa.
Huge kill, momentum swinging moment for Tampa. If you can fight off a 5-on-3 for a minute and
do so
30
successfully.
seconds, no way. That's very, very impressive for Tampa and momentum swinging. We'll see what happens now.
Puck goes into the near corner. Howard plays it. Ends up back on a South Carolina stick behind the net. Someone's got to find it eventually. It ends up right in front of the crease. South Carolina bench wants a call. I assume it was a cross check that they were looking for, but Tampa able to exit into neutral ice. Howard gets a one-timer opportunity right in the slot and ends up back on South Carolina stick. McMillan was the one who had that one-timer, but here comes South Carolina. That one goes off a stick. Ends up back towards the goal, but picked up by Tampa. 11:20 remains here in the second period of play. No score here in the second, but it's 2-1 overall.
There might not be a score, but that doesn't change how intense the start of this second period's been. Both teams are really battling now.
A little redirection off a stick for South Carolina, but Tampa able to alleviate the pain. Puck goes down the ice. Now in the near corner. And a good job by South Carolina to spring it free, but that pass is too strong. Ends up being an icing on South Carolina.
You can see all the boys for Tampa talking aggressively among themselves. They really want that third goal to open this game up a little bit more, relieve a little bit of stress. I mean, South Carolina spent a lot of time in that Tampa zone, and that icing just gets them a little rest, a little break for the boys to try to get back on offense.
Speaking of offense, Tampa gets a shot on in the crease. Another attempt. List aside. Oh, another opportunity gobbled up again. Man, what a great opportunity right on. Dirtoff does a good job saving it and answering the call.
Yeah, that was a really good save by Dirtoff, and I mean, frustration a little bit starting to settle in Tampa. I don't even know why he's so frustrated. I mean, number 72, that's going to be Kieran Thompson trying to get in the face of one of the leaders on the team, Brendan Feely. But Tampa trying to get that third goal and Carolina trying to tie it up. It's definitely you can feel tensions rise in this building.
Now here comes South Carolina with a chance. The rebound was unable to get picked up by the black jerseys that were there, and Tampa's able to pick it up. Great job on the forecheck by McMillan. That puck gets put on, and Tampa able to clear the defensive zone. Dumping it back low. Now behind the net, just stuck there, just frozen. And Tampa enters the offensive zone, a little spinorama try. Unable to find the net. Now at the far circle. That shot put on dangerously, rebounded. And oh man, a South Carolina player right there just took a slap shot, and the Tampa player is feeling the pain right there. I believe that's
Kieran Thompson. Yeah, he's feeling that one. I know that hit hurt.
He's right to our side right here, not having a good time after that hit. As the rebound, they score. Tampa was all out of the sorts in their defensive zone, and South Carolina took advantage.
You talk about
it's 2-2.
You talk about setting the tone. That's what South Carolina did. They're hitting hard. They're making sure that they're just crashing the net. They're getting opportunities. They're making things very, very uncomfortable for the goaltender, number 1, Luke Ench. And they tie that game up 2-2.
I believe that was scored by Paul Marshall.
And you're right, it is number 20, Paul Marshall, scoring that, and assisted by Will Traynor and Mason Holmes. As this game's picking up, there's hits, there's speed, there's fun, there's hockey.
It's all over the place, spin back and forth. Speaking of back and forth, they score! Tampa gets it in the back of the net, and some extracurriculars as South Carolina thought that puck didn't go all the way in the back of the net. Just as we were talking about how South Carolina had a great response, Tampa responds their own way, and it's 3-2 Spartans.
Owen Considine. Oh my goodness, that was such a tough angle shot, and he put it bar down on the goal. I can kind of see where South Carolina is coming from. I don't think they think the puck fully crossed that line, but in all honesty, I believe that did pass, and that's going to be a goal for Tampa. And you're talking about momentum changing. You have the tone set by Carolina. There's hard hits, and then all of a sudden Tampa comes back and hits right back. I mean, it went straight from all Carolina now to all Tampa, and now we're back at another faceoff.
Seems like the South Carolina coaching staff wants some explanation, as Ethan Gelman will get his second of the night tonight. He gets the credit of the goal for the bar down. But man, what a tough shot to defend if you're Dirtoff trying to defend that.
Yeah, there's nothing you can do about that. I mean, South Carolina kind of had a bit of a lapse, and there was nothing Dirtoff could do about that one.
Well, we talked about exchanging blows. South Carolina right back in their offensive zone, and the net once again dislodged. That's the third time this period the net has been dislodged.
Yeah, Luke Ench dislodged that net, but I think more frustrated is number 13 on South Carolina. That's Cameron Snee. He's the leading scorer in goals, assists, and points on the team. And I mean, he's going to want that one. He had Ench all laid out, spread out, and he could have just placed that one right up, but he just got it wide on it.
Puck settled down at the blue line for the Gamecocks, but Tampa, dangerously close to a 2-on-1. On the other way, though, it's South Carolina who puts a shot on, and it's saved by Ench.
Are they going to call roughing there? They are going to call roughing. They caught Snee in the act. Or is that Snee? That's not Snee, that's Tafe. I witnessed it in 4K, and so did the officials. He punched the Tampa player right in the face.
Dead.
It's just a loss of discipline. You cannot do that in such a tight game.
Yeah, and he's got to be careful too, because you don't know how strict the officials can be. They could potentially get you for a major, but it seems like they're just going to get him with just the rough, just because it was just one single punch. But realistically, fighting's not allowed in this league.
Yeah.
So, hey, South Carolina catching a little bit of a break, but now Tampa with a chance to take a 2-goal lead here on the man advantage.
You can tell Tampa's definitely feeling it. I mean, they're a chippy team. They wear their heart on their sleeves, and they don't really shy away from emotion. And you could see it right then and there. I mean, they respond, and the player with the action usually gets caught more than the player with the words.
Yeah, and that's where discipline comes in, you were saying, and it's just always what tends to happen, and you see it a lot in this league, just guys losing their composure. And in a game like this, we were talking about how important it is not to. Hoffman comes on ahead of speed up the near side. Now he goes behind the net. Now it's Cowart back at the point for Nealon. He misses Hoffman's stick, but Hoffman able to find it. Hoffman back to Nealon, who takes a shot, misses the net. Cowart takes a shot, misses the net. Just under a minute remaining here in the man advantage for Tampa. Nealon at the point. Tries to get a little misdirection shot put on. Cowart will finds Hoffman, who goes off a pad. Another try from the point. Off another body. Oh man, Hoffman picked up the loose change and almost tucked it home. 30 seconds remain on the man advantage. Nealon, wheeling. Nealon pulls on the brakes. Now it's Hoffman at the point. Hoffberg behind the net. Tries to center the feed. And it gets cleared out of the zone all the way down the ice. We're back to 5-on-5 hockey here with under 6 minutes remaining. It's still 3-2 Spartans. And a South Carolina player gets pushed in the back behind the play just after the penalty expired. Looks like it's just going to be a blown whistle.
It's a stoppage of play to make sure the players can get a break. I mean,
looks like Nealon took a little shove to a black jersey behind the net.
And Snee wants a penalty. I mean, he thinks an infraction was done to him, but officials are just going to let the boys play.
Now it's South Carolina who had that great penalty kill, loses the puck, and here comes Tampa. Weitzman takes a shot near side. A tremendous save, the net goes off, but it went in the back of the net, but it'll be blown dead. Oh, what an unfortunate break for the University of Tampa, as they were able to get the puck in the back of the net eventually, but the net got dislodged because of a player.
That's just a tragedy for Tampa. Pompeii, Titanic level stuff. They could have broken this game open 4-2 in a game where goals are kind of coming at a premium. And it's just unfortunate. That's a bad break that goal came out before the goal went in.
So a tough break for Tampa. They still remain with the lead. And the face-off will be right outside the South Carolina blue line. South Carolina wins it back.
They got to clear the zone against a really tough Tampa forecheck.
And they lose to it, as you mentioned. McMillan giving chase. The Gamecocks come up with speed. Whalen tried to get a shot on. Another attempt. The H was there to answer the call. South Carolina with a wheel on the near side. Now it's back at the blue line. They go D to D. Shot put on off a stick. South Carolina able to settle it down. Under 4 minutes and 30 seconds remain here in the second. And Tampa able to come out of the zone. McMillan makes a good move on the deep defenseman as Tampa goes to make a change, and that kind of stalls out that offensive pressure.
Yeah, I mean, players get tired. Tampa definitely trying to keep their players all good and healthy and safe and ready for the third period because that's going to be a fight too.
Whalen tries to get a shot on, but it's deflected off a skate. Now here comes Tampa. Sickles picks it up in the corner. He drops it to Thompson, who couldn't get a handle on it, and the Gamecocks will pick it up. Puck goes off the glass, ends up right by the Tampa bench, and Carolina will pick it up. And a shot put on is eventually saved by Inch.
I mean, it's really good to see Kieran Thompson back on the ice. He was on the receiving end of a really big, tough hit. I mean, you could see him laboring over on the bench. I mean, maybe he just had a Charlie horse and they got the wind knocked out of him a little bit, but it's glad to see that he's okay. Definitely don't want any injuries in such a good game like this.
Good to see him back on the ice, you mentioned. Both teams exchanging blows, but no score here in the second. It was all, or one score, I should say, excuse me.
Tampa put them up top, but I mean, this is still anybody's game. I mean, it's 3-2. Anything can happen. We just saw USF come back from a 5-1 deficit. If they can do that, then South Carolina can definitely come back from 3-2.
Both teams exchanging goals. It was Paul Marshall for South Carolina, and then Ethan Gelman with his second of the evening. And Inch will cover the puck. Gotta love some nice Van Halen.
No, always. Bring us back.
It's been a busy week here, busy weekends. It's going to get even busier tomorrow with all sorts of playoff action. And then Sunday will be the playoff deciders. It'll be the finals. It'll be cool to see who comes out on top of each division. Puck freed for South Carolina, and the net goes off again.
Yeah, South Carolina.
At some point or another, right? You gotta put some water. You gotta get something going, right? I mean, it's clearly not working. Whatever they're doing. I mean, I think all they're doing is just moving it back, but there needs to be a more permanent solution.
Yeah, I mean, that's the 5th time this period that net has come off. 6 if you count the net on the other side that took away the Tampa goal. But I mean, I don't know if it's Ench at this point or just strategy or what they're doing, but 5 is pretty crazy in one period.
I think it's just aggressiveness from Inch, who covers it up again. And some extra curriculars after the play. They got to be careful here.
Wow, here we go. This is fun.
Oh, a takedown.
That's kneeling, fighting with Haynes. Because we're definitely going to see some penalties here, maybe even misconducts for the takedown and the helmet's off.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if we saw multiple players go, but it looks like it's just going to be 2 for both teams.
Kneeling and Haynes, it looks like. 1 for each. Just going to have a little seat.
I'd imagine this be a 5-minute major. 5 in a game, maybe?
Either that or 10-minute misconduct, and they're going to allow 5-on-5 play to continue. I'm looking up on the board. Don't see any minutes yet, but I think I see the scorekeeper just signaled 5 minutes. Now he's signaling 10.
So it does look like it's going to be that 10-minute misconduct. See if we can listen in on the official here. Both benches curious what the result may be. So it's going to be a 2-minute roughing on Austin Hayes. And then they're also going to get Jake kneeling for a rough as well for 2 minutes. So it's just going to be 2 roughing penalties that'll make it, I believe, 4-on-4. Yes.
The referees are feeling merciful. That was a full-on fight down there below the net.
We'll just call it a rough, right? We'll let the boys play as they've been doing so well so far.
This 4-on-4 play, anything can happen. It opens up the ice more for each team.
Coming into the zone are the Spartans. Considine, who puts the puck on. Puck now behind the net for South Carolina. 30 seconds shaved off on the 4-on-4. Let's leave about 20-ish seconds of 5-on-5 regulation time. Considine crosses, able to find some help. And Sickles, who loses the puck, gets it back at the point. Shot goes off a body. Another opportunity for Tampa. Once again, it flies high in the air and gets settled back down. Considine. We find Rodriguez. Rodriguez puts a little backhand on as Weitzman drops it back. Now the puck goes around the boards. Gelman will pick it up. Gelman's got 2 today, trying to add on to it to get a potential hat trick. And the puck gets cleared out. We're 45 seconds here in the second period. Neither team wants to get it at neutral ice. It's eventually taken out. Howard just gets taken out of the play as he tried to get a rush. He gets the puck back. Another chance put on by Tampa. The 4-on-4 expires under 20 seconds remain here in the second. At the point, it's Hoffberg who loses it. Now a chance for South Carolina. Snee. Another opportunity. They do not score.
No score.
No, are they calling it a good goal, maybe? No, I do not believe so. They're pointing in the direction of a Tampa player, I believe. But usually when you point, you usually think towards the net, you think a goal, but it looks like it was a point more towards a player.
And Haynes is indignant. He believes that he got tripped or that puck went in. The goal came off.
So it'll be a stoppage here as they try to sort things out. All the officials trying to sort it out.
Nobody to the penalty box for either team.
So it looks like, are they signaling interference? Interference, I believe. Yes, interference.
They're going to give him a penalty shot.
They are going to give a penalty shot. How about that?
Oh, my goodness. This is fun. 5.7 seconds left in the second period.
And it's going to be Austin Hayes. Haynes, excuse me. Haynes will go to his goaltender and sort things out. But how electric would this be?
Tying up the game right before the period break, or will Luke Ench continue being the hero for the Tampa Spartans? This could go either way for either team.
So the forward from Chicago, Illinois awaits at his blue line. Looks like Ench will anxiously await as he waits for the official confirmation, kind of talking to the officials over there.
I mean, Haynes, he's a guy who's got 3 goals and 1 assist and 4 points.
Here comes Haynes. Freeps comes in, waits, backhands, and a tremendous save. My goodness. Way to stand up bench.
And that's just momentum given right to the Tampa Spartans. I mean, Haynes probably really wanted that one to go in, and Luke Ench just stands tall, not giving up any ground.
And a fun little fact by our producer here, that same ordeal also happened at Battle of the Beach. So a little deja vu, you could say. But hey, Tampa will absolutely take it.
So we're going to the face-off draw.
And the puck gets frozen in the corner. And that'll do it for the second period of action. Tampa leads 3-2 after 2 periods of play in West, man. What a game we have here.
Yeah, we got a sign to this game. Thank you so much to College Hockey South for putting us on this late night game, because wow, are there fireworks, are there hits, are there goals, is there flashy play? And we still got one more 20-minute period of hockey left to go. What a treat. What a treat.
So that will do it for the second period of play. We'll be back for the third right after this short break. Don't go anywhere. Keep it locked right here on the College Hockey South YouTube. Welcome back into the Panthers IceDen here in Coral Springs, Florida. We're right here for the College Hockey South playoffs. The third period of action, the all-deciding third period. Tampa currently leading the University of South Carolina 3-2 as we head into the final frame of play. I'm Connor Stein, joined by Wes Moore to my right. And Wes, man, this has been a game of back and forth punches offensively and then just amazing goaltending saves. It's been all we could ask for.
Yeah, you mentioned goaltending, and Luke Ench right now is the hero for the University of Tampa. I mean, he had to stop the one-on-one against Austin Haynes, and Austin Haynes wasn't successful because Ench knew exactly where he was going and made the great stop. And this game's not even close to being over. We got 20 more minutes of high action hockey and College Hockey South in Paradise, Coral Springs, Florida.
South Carolina in their all black, as I mentioned back in the first period, and Tampa in the white. That's how you could decide these two schools that have pretty much the same color scheme as they come through the blue line. Shot put on. A rebound attempt is a nice windmill glove there. And South Carolina comes out a little bit sluggish. Tampa coming out with some fire.
Yeah, that was Kneeling just driving right to the net. And I mean, that's a tough save for any goalkeeper to make. And Drew Durdov, showing the experience he has and just making the tough saves. He's going to have to do that if Carolina's going to come back into this one.
Puck is at neutral ice and eventually settled down. Now it's back the other way for Taff. Taff puts a shot on and it's gloved.
I mean, I think Taff saw number 13. That's Eric Lerhopt coming in and cutting on the other side. I think he was just trying to get a rebound opportunity, and Luke Ench wanted none of that as he's going to stop that puck, and we're off to the faceoff.
So it'll be an offensive zone draw for South Carolina. Puck eventually ends up right in the crease, but a good job by Ench to clear it out. And Tampa, man, they got lucky there in the defensive end.
Yeah, and part of that's just experienced goaltending. I mean, Ench, this is the guy that you want there. He's only a freshman, but he's been there, done that.
South Carolina puts a shot on. A good 6 save by Ench. Another try from distance, and that one trickled through a couple of bodies, and Ench was finally able to catch it in the glove.
And, I mean, Ench, we're going to talk about him this entire period. We're also going to talk about Durdov as well. Both goaltenders have played great, but Ench just knew where that puck was coming from the entire time. He read it perfectly, and Ench keep making saves to keep Tampa up 1.
South Carolina wins their offensive draw. Distance try off the Tampa stick. And puck ends up back by the Florida Panthers logo. Howard will pick it up in the near corner. Puck ends centered. Wow, what a strong slap shot that was that missed the net.
That was a blast by Borsic.
Puck kept alive. Off the glass it goes, and Tampa will retreat. Now it's Van Brunt who gets the puck past the blue line, but Tampa clears it. Valencia circles. The official avoids that puck as both teams are having a tough time just trying to get something going offensively. Now Tampa with a chance. It's Sickles near side. Sickles pulls on the brakes, looks for some help, tries to center it right in front of the crease, but it's intercepted by South Carolina. It's Awart who loses the puck and just elects to dump it. And a Tampa player falls over as They were trying to break out. No call.
Referee letting the boys play, letting them get away with a little extra stuff, but just keeping this game clean so
yeah,
far.
we talked about that roughing, the 2-minute roughing by both those guys that, man, they went back and forth.
Player's helmet
Yeah,
came off. They
yeah,
tackled each other to
yeah.
the ground.
Yep.
That pure roughing. 2 minutes.
Now it's South Carolina who loses the puck, and they're eventually blown offside. Fry had a tough time handling that puck.
You know what I'm just realizing right now? How tall that lineman is. Actually, head ref, I think. Like Trace Coward, that's a tall guy, and he's still taller than Coward.
Yeah, that is you don't usually see. This isn't really a sport of people being tall,
That's a tall dude.
except for Chara in the NHL. But
Yeah,
long since retired. I think of guys like Victor Hedman that are 6'6". But outside of that, guys stick to I think around 6 foot. Puck getting battled by for both teams. And it's cleared out. Here comes Snee. Snee gets his shot deflected into the netting and out of play.
yeah, and if South Carolina is going to come back in this game, I mean, it's going to be with Snee. I mean, Snee's easily been their star. Cameron Snee, number 13, keep an eye on him. He's the leader in goals, he's the leader in assists, and he's the leader in overall points for this South Carolina team. South Carolina likes to play a lot of defense and hit hard, but when they need to, they like to lean on Snee.
Yeah, and you mentioned he's also a South Carolina native from Long, South Carolina. As it looks like we're going to get a Tampa player going to the box that happened behind the play. It's going to be number 6 for the Spartans, Rodriguez. Excuse me, it's going to be Ryan Joyce who heads to the box. So it'll be a power play here for the Gamecocks. Snee comes with a ton of speed, tries to center that pass, misses the stick, and goes back to neutral ice.
It's all going to go through Snee. That's where South Carolina needs to score this goal, whether it's an assist or a goal.
And a great shot put on, a little back-to-back, and South Carolina scores. So Ryan Joyce, who got called for slashing, ends up biting Tampa, and South Carolina ties it up, and it's another goal for South Carolina. That time it was Lucas Taff.
Yeah, Lucas Taff was fed beautifully by his teammate. I believe that was Cameron Snee with the assist. I mean, we're going to have the clarification coming soon.
As they get set up here.
Referee letting the scorekeepers know who scored the goals and the assists. I mean,
I could be wrong, but it looks like there is a Tampa player in the box still.
Still.
And unless there's something that happened behind that we didn't quite see, there's a Tampa player with his helmet off. As this puck gets sent down the length of the ice for an icing. Trying to clarify exactly what happened there. And it looks like Ryan Joyce is going to get an unsportsmanlike conduct. So I guess that's what I heard. Right when the goal happened, I heard a hard whistle, and I saw the
official signaling.
So it looks like Ryan Joyce, who was coming out of the box, he must have done something that the officials they did not like at all.
Yeah, and
so it's going to be a 10-minute unsportsmanlike conduct penalty on Joyce.
Yeah, we don't have an update yet for the scoring. They gave the goal to Tampa. So our score sheet says 4-3. We know 4-2. We know it's 3-3.
We'll just wait on that, but man.
For now, I'm just going to say it's Cameron Snee because where he goes, the Gamecocks follow. And he's going to feed for the perfect pass to Taff for the goal.
South Carolina having a strong offensive presence in their offensive zone. Puck eventually cleared out. Trainer will get it up ahead, but it's kept in at the blue line by the Gamecocks. Behind the net now. The puck is collected by Trainer. And that puck gets intercepted momentarily. Back to the Gamecocks it goes. Miller loses that puck after a lazy pass. And the puck goes ahead. Now it's Considine. Puck goes behind the net. 14:20 remains here in the final frame. It's 3-3 hockey, folks. And man, this one has been as advertised.
Yeah, the number 4 and the number 5 seeds squaring off.
Ooh, a nice backhanded shot put on. I started to interrupt you there, Wes.
Yeah, that was a beautiful save by the goaltender Durdoff. And I mean, going right back. This game's just back and forth. I mean, this is so insane. I mean, the thing I love most about Tampa's offense is just their organization. They're always in triangles. There always is a point. There's always someone that's back there for a quick shot. And on the rushes, their rushes are usually 3-man rushes. They have 2 guys up front. You have the guy with the puck, and then you have a guy on the other side that's able to either receive the puck on the other side for a goal. And say they crash. They got a 2-man rush. The 2 defenders decide to come up, and they mark the 2 guys that are down low. Oh, well, I can just drop the puck back to my point man, and he's going to have a chance. And another great save.
Speaking of dropping back, a great example right there by Tampa. But an even better save. Now Carolina. Snee tried to pass it, but it gets intercepted and sent the length of the ice. Now it's Taff. Speaking of Taff, they awarded that goal to Lucas Taff. And the assist did come from Snee, so we got it right. We got it right, Wes.
Let's go.
So that's the goal. That's the real difference maker right now. Knotted it back up. And this is, once again, folks, for a date with the MTSU Blue Raiders, which
They've
man,
whoa,
that
goodness.
team is special.
They could easily play M2. They are so good, and every single game in this tournament so far, MTSU has just destroyed their opponent. I mean, UCF played really well in their first game
Against Alabama, correct?
against Alabama, yeah, and I mean, I think the final score was 5-2. I could be wrong. It was 5-4.
As there's a offensive zone draw here for South Carolina.
Aha. UCF beat Alabama 9-2. And
Yeah, I remember watching that game, and it was very lopsided. I mean, as the score indicated.
yeah, and I mean, that just tells you how good Middle Tennessee is they beat that team, the UCF team, 9-0. Shout out for the MTSU goaltender.
Howard takes a hard barrel, and the puck ends up on a South Carolina stick. Here comes Ewert. Ewert finds it behind the net, centers it in front. Oh, just barely misses the net. And now it ends up right on top of the net. So they will freeze play, and they'll resume.
And these are just guys fighting for their playoff lives. I mean, this is the College Hockey South. I don't believe any of these teams made it to the M3 regional tournament for the ACHA M3. So national tournament for ACHA M3. So this is where the road ends for these two teams, and both of these teams desperately want that College Hockey South trophy.
Yeah, that's just some of the things with the new realignment that we've seen with the ACHA and then AAU that a lot of these teams used to be a part of. McMillan backhands it. South Carolina will get it with Feely. Bodies collide right at the red line, and a whistle. There was a slash right as the whistle was blown, but there was an initial penalty that they were calling, so we'll see what they get.
The referees are sorting everything out. Think they're going to put the captain for Carolina, Brendan Feely, into the penalty box. That is not good for a team that just got momentum tying this game up, and it's the third period. South Carolina's going to have to make a stand.
So it's a 2-minute man advantage for Tampa. With 11:43 remaining here in the third, it's a roughing call on Feely. And that's just one of those mental mistakes. Once again, coming back to bite one of these teams. And I think, I can easily say it now, but mental mistakes, that's not going to help you win hockey games at all.
No, it is not.
Considine drops it in the near corner. A body collides, and it ends up off the stick and out of the zone.
And discipline and composure for South Carolina is so important now, because that's another way that Tampa can kind of unlock their game. Is they're chippy. They can talk their talk, and they can cause you to lose your cool and start getting into some trouble in the penalty box, and that's how they get their offense going again. So South Carolina, it's all about keeping their cool and not responding to Tampa.
Sickles wheels and the misfires the pass. And that's just one of those mental things that you can't have happen just like that again with the errant passes. And it looks like it's going to be a delayed offside, I believe. So they'll have to retreat. And they'll shoot it all the way down the ice. 45 seconds remain on the man advantage for Tampa. And man, you might not know how many more opportunities you'll get just like this.
Yeah, this has so far been a beautiful penalty kill for Carolina. 30 seconds left still to go. That's plenty of time for Tampa to get a goal in or some good shots, but Carolina standing strong so far.
Puck kind of stuck in that corner. It's eventually sprung free. And now it's Snee. Snee able to get around the Tampa defense. And he picks it up. Able to keep it in the blue line. And man, what a great job he's doing on this penalty kill. Only 5 seconds remain as we take a hard hit right here.
Producer Gavin Coker was right. This whole structure just shakes.
And the penalty expires. So Tampa comes up empty-handed on the power play. Still 3-3. Under 9:30 remaining here in the third. Cowart will get intercepted at the blue line. Weitzman comes in. South Carolina will exit the blue line. Both teams having a tough time trying to get anything going. And eventually, who else but Snee takes a hard hit right by the Tampa bench.
And they're going to get him for
There's an arm in the air, and it's going to be a penalty coming up on the University of Tampa. It looks like it's going to be, is it going to be Rodriguez?
I think that's number 11, Alan Weitzman.
Yeah, it looks like Rodriguez is pleading the case. Weitzman is the one who is guilty of the charge.
I think what the referee saw, Weitzman was already going towards the ground, and Weitzman just killed him. Weitzman just laid him out against the boards. They're probably going to get him for a boarding or a roughing here.
We'll wait for the official announcement. Looks like it is going to be charging. That was going to be my other guess.
Charging, yeah, that's another
charging.
great guess.
So they are lucky that, because boarding can get real dangerous. Honestly, any of those penalties are extremely dangerous. It's good to see that everyone's okay after that.
Yeah, I'm very happy to see that number 13 Snee is okay, because it's tough. Taking those hits, it's tough. It's ice hockey. It's hard to slow yourself down, so it's good to see everybody come away from that healthy.
Now a try for the Gamecocks is Taft. Oh, another hard hit right by the boards. And a little extra shove, and it looks like that is going to result in a penalty on Tampa. So it looks like it's going to be a 5-on-3, but the South Carolina bench was absolutely exploding to get a Tampa player to touch the puck so they'd get as much time of 5-on-3 as possible. It's going to be 5-on-3 for 1 minute and 19 seconds.
Jack Walsh is furious at number 17. Nick McMillan going to the penalty box. That's just terrible. You lay a big hit, you get momentum, you get your bench hyped up for that hit, and then as the guy you just hit's laying on the ground defenseless, he steals your stick, breaks your stick. I didn't see exactly what happens, but yeah, roughing for McMillan, and he just 2 hands pushes him right back down on the ice.
Right in front of the official. Right in front of the official.
Right in front of the official, and we could see it. I mean, this game's just shippy. Guys are going at it. What a game.
And as we say, shippiness, another player going in the box. This time, it's a South Carolina player.
It's Lou DeFalco.
It's going to be
Caliberta. Jacob Caliberta going and
man, they're just exchanging blows offensively, defensively, special teams, all back and forth the entire game.
That's 3 guys inside the Tampa bench.
The penalty
box, sorry. Can't tell if that's an attendant or an actual player.
So it's going to be a cross check on Caliberta, who will sit for 2 minutes.
Tragic.
So it's going to be now time for South Carolina, who has a 4-on-3 here. Still has the man advantage, but they get pickpocketed and a potential 2-on-1 coming the other way. Kneeling got that shot off a stick, and the Gamecocks came out the other way. Carolina at the blue line with Taft. Taft waits at the near circle, not the far circle. Back to the point, it's Taft. Ooh, a little too much passing going on there as Snee tried to get it across.
I mean, Snee had Traynor wide open for that one. I mean, that was just a good job by Tampa, realizing what was happening and just stepping in that passing lane and stealing it away. It's just a great awareness by Tampa.
Snee loses the puck and it ends up on a Tampa stick and sent down the ice. So the first penalty on Weitzman for the charge gets taken off the board. Now it's going to be 4-on-4. And here comes Tampa. Coming in with speed is Weitzman. He loses control of the puck. And it's South Carolina. Comes through. McMillan. High circle. Gives it away. About 2-second differential between both penalties as Tampa tries to put another shot on. A great stick save by Dudov. And another no penalty coming up here. I thought for a second that might be a penalty as soon as the 4-on-4 expires, but the officials decide to put the whistles away. It's back to 5-on-5.
Right, both of our heads just whipped towards the official looking for the call. It was a no call. And I think I like that no call. I mean, there wasn't really a scoring chance for South Carolina, and Tampa really wasn't going to do anything off of that as well. So great no call by the officials.
And Tampa gets caught offside. So they'll do the face-off right outside the South Carolina blue line with that tall linesman, as we were saying.
5 minutes and 40 seconds left to go in this game. Tied at 3. Either one of these teams can break away. Is it going to be at the hands of South Carolina or the hands of Tampa? Just have to wait and see as this clock starts back up and play resumes.
So it's going to be, if this result holds till the end of the third period, it's going to be 3-on-3 hockey to decide who goes on to take on Middle Tennessee State. And a whistle is blown. And it looks like it's going to be a neutral zone face-off right at the Florida Panthers logo.
Maybe a bit of an inadvertent whistle from the officials. Can't see the exact call, but I mean, what a game. I mean, you have South Carolina so good on defense, number 4 ranked team with the first round bye. Took a little bit to settle in, and now they're right back at it again, scoring to tie this game back up in Tampa. I mean, so good on offense, starting hot from the bat, and they're looking to stay hot as they try to win this game. Both teams are going crazy.
Borsak comes through. He finds some space, but he cannot finish. And Tampa will exit their blue line. Puck gets found near side. And this is when it starts to become crunch time for both of these teams. Obviously, just insane urgency needed. Season on the line. Even though there will be, I believe there will be 5th place in places games. But this is, hey, if you want to play for a conference title, this is where you do it here.
You win it in the trenches, you win it with physicality, and you win it with speed. The 3 things that are going to be key to one of these teams winning this game and having a shot at Middle Tennessee.
Howard splits the defense and puts it on net. It goes right off the goalie's mask and flies into the air and it's blown dead.
Trace Coward's so good with his stick. I mean, he's a defenseman, but he's one of those offensive defensemen that you kind of see in the NHL, like a Victor Hedman or a Cale Makar or someone like that, who is equally as capable as leading an offense as he is as leading a defense.
He really is a hybrid type player that can kind of do it offensively and offensively. And he's been really a test for this South Carolina team. As they try to center it here, Tampa loses a handle on it. Now it's at the point. That shot from distance can't find the net. Another opportunity. They got to be careful right on. It was right in the crease, but South Carolina's defense able to clear it out. Puck finds itself in the slot, and South Carolina with the chance. That shot put on, and Inch is able to answer the call. Harrington for Tampa. Tried to get some help, but the pass was too strong. Howard tries to connect. He ends up behind the net. Now it's Borsak.
I mean, there's 2 minutes and 41 seconds. Anything can happen, but as you mentioned, if this game is unresolved after 3 periods, there's a 3-on-3 overtime for 5 total minutes, and if the game is still unresolved after that, it's going to go to a shootout.
So, as you're mentioning, under 2 minutes, 30 seconds remaining, icing is called, I believe. And the officials trying to orchestrate, trying to figure out I should say, exactly what they want to do here. Maybe they'll switch up where they're putting the puck and the face-off.
I mean, if the referees disagree about the icing, I mean, they'll just have to resort to going to a center face-off, which is what it looks like is going to happen. But that's an interesting call from the officials. I'm sure they're going to talk over it to figure out what they're going to do. And yeah, exactly as I was saying, I mean, they're just going to take it right
Just
to the
correct
center,
the call. Correct
the center
the call.
circle. You never want a call deciding the course of a game.
Thompson gets it low for the Spartans. Tries to play it. Puck just stuck there. It's a two Gamecocks and a Spartan that finally get it free. Puck goes around the boards. Under 2 minutes remaining now. And the pass from Thompson is intercepted by the Gamecocks. And now it's Snee. Snee, near side, tries to center it. Can't find a friendly stick. Snee finds it back on his blade. Tried to center another one. Missed the net. Harrington. Couldn't find it. I should say Taff, excuse me. And now Rodriguez will clear the puck. And an open ice collision, but no arms are in the air except for the one to call the icing.
Yeah, and I mean, crazier things have happened. I mean, earlier in the day, USF clawed back from being down 5-1, and they were still down 6-5 with 10 seconds left, and USF scored to send it to overtime. They ended up losing to Florida Tech in OT. Great game that was, and I mean, anything can happen in this game. We could see 2 goals in a minute and 11 seconds. We could see no scoring in OT. Anything can happen. It's college hockey South.
Snee drops it back for Taff. Taff, the circle behind the net. Good defensive play by the Spartans. Unable to clear it. One of the Spartans take a tumble. No call. And now here comes the Gamecocks. It's Miller. Oh, that puck gets dangerously close in the crease. It was a pass that looked like it wasn't going to get on. Ended up right in front of the goaltender. But man, crisis averted there for Tampa.
Yeah, that's just a great job by Luke Ench, just knowing where the puck is. I mean, even when things happen that you're not going to expect, I mean, as long as you have an eye on that puck and you can get to your spot where you know the puck is going, you can make a tough save, and Ench just did it right there.
Offensive zone draw at the far circle for South Carolina. And they'll do it all over again. Caliberto will be kicked out. Puck trickles down. Under 30 seconds remain here in the final frame. It's crunch time, folks. Tampa tries to center one. Ends up for South Carolina. Now it's South Carolina with the chance. Snee passes the blue line. Waits. Drops back to Miller. It's blocked by Cowart. And now here comes Hofberg. And folks, it looks like we're going to be going to 3-on-3 for 5 minutes to decide who moves on in this College Hockey South playoff tournament to face the Middle Tennessee State Blue Raiders. And man, Wes, has this been a special one? Players will stay at their benches. They'll have a brief intermission, just a brief. And they'll switch sides respectively. So, but Wes, man, this has been a game as advertised, as we were talking about, and it's going to be one where I think it's going to be decided on which team wants it more. It's going to be decided on which team is sharper on both sides.
I think Tampa definitely has an advantage here because, I mean, Tampa, they're so fast, good, and physical skaters. And when you have a 3-on-3, you just open up the ice. You have more opportunities that are there that might not always be there. Now, if South Carolina can stay disciplined, I know for a fact that they are able to turn offense into defense, and they've got scorers up, especially Cameron Snee, who can easily turn a breakaway into a game-winning goal. So both sides got scores, both guys got chances, as that's Trace Cowart, that's Considine, and that's Alan Weitzman out for the Tampa Spartans. Carolina yet to show who they're going to play.
Yeah, but this is strategically where both coaching staffs, they have to find the best formula. Because this is something that is practiced, I'm sure, a lot. And it's something that you have to critique, and you have to figure out what works best. And what do you want to roll out? Do you want to roll out 2 forwards, maybe 2 defensemen? I like what Tampa's doing. I like the hybrid Coward out there. He can kind of work at the third forward as well, but he has played both as well. As we get set for this intermission, or this overtime period, here live in Coral Springs. South Carolina comes the other way. It's Traynor. Traynor tries to split the defenseman, gets beat on the outside, and powered off the puck. Now it's Considine. Considine drops it back for Cowart, who tries to find him back door. Oh my goodness, what an opportunity for Tampa. Man, their bench almost just exploded.
The privilege of being in this spot, calling this game. I mean, we have direct access to both benches, their reactions, their emotions as plays are happening. It's a great game ensues.
Caliberta loses the puck, and now it's Cowart. Up ahead for Hofberg. Hofberg drops it back for Kneeling. Kneeling fires, and a good save. Man, this one's going back and forth so far. Gelman, he's got 2 goals tonight. Waits for some help. Tries to send it, they score! Tyler Hofberg sends Tampa to the next part of this tournament against MTSU.
The Tampa Spartans prove time and time again that they can rally, they can score, and they can win.
What an unbelievable game. What a game that we watched here, Wes. And man, Tampa keeps chugging along here. They beat Embry-Riddle. They beat the Gamecocks of South Carolina. And now it's Goliath for them. But man, what a tournament for the Spartans. Any final thoughts, Wes?
This is the second overtime win that I have called today. I still can't wrap my mind around it. I mean, great goaltending from Luke Ench. Great play by Tampa. And I mean, it's just resiliency at this point. They jump out to a 2-1 lead early. Then Carolina comes back to tie it up at 3. And it goes to overtime. And what do you know? Their speed, their quickness, everything kind of gets put together. And they're going to come out of here with a dub. And they're going to have to beat David against Middle Tennessee. I mean, they're not very used to that. But if any team has a shot at upsetting Middle Tennessee, it's these guys in the white and red.
Man, what a game this was, folks. From all of our crew here, our producer, Gavin Croker, Wes Moore, my color to my side, I'm Connor Stein. We say so long from Coral Springs here at the Panthers IceDen. Tampa wins 4-3 in overtime to move on to face Middle Tennessee State. Thank you.